Come on, what are we doing here? We're going to act like this is something we never seen before? We're going to act like we don't know what's going on? That's why you got the scoreboard keepers and the ref. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the scoreboard keepers. You're around here, we'll keep the seats. We keep the score. So if you want to get on the board, make your point. If it makes sense, we'll add it to the board. If it don't, we won't. Scoreboard keepers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. I am your host, the Ref, where I keep you up to score and everything sports, hip hop, and hot topics. Hey, listen, man, I've been hearing, the streets been talking. I heard Dae'Quan Wright and his eligibility of going back to college after being on, not an official NFL roster, but at least being in camp. And if a player's getting waived, they'll be able to now go back to college sports. Why are we acting like this is some kind of surprise? I'm hearing all these people talking today, all the pundits, and they're all out here talking about this situation. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm talking about some ex-players. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? You acting like you don't know? You acting like you didn't make a bag or two in your career? Like you really don't know what's going on? Listen, I get it that we're all out here on these YouTube streets, and I know people are just talking sometimes to get content, but damn it, you got to have some truth up in there. Especially if you consider yourself an OG. You're supposed to be passing some information down that these people can digest, man. Listen, am I surprised that this is happening in college sports right now after seeing NIL? Hell no. First of all, I was a big supporter of college players being paid always, just not in the manner that they're doing it. I don't think these college players should be able to touch that money until after graduation. For good reason, because I don't need them getting lazy. I need them to actually do what they're supposed to do in order to get to that money and stay hungry. I don't want to give you that money now and then you get into college football and lay an egg like a few players that I thought was going to be great in college and they haven't done diddly yet. And I ain't going to mention no names, but they were on the Colorado Buffaloes. And I expected this kid to take over. He didn't. He got out there and he didn't look like I expected him to look. Let's just put it like that. So I didn't expect the NIL to work in this manner. It can't be just like, the Wild Wild West. These kids got to still stay hungry and they still shouldn't be just bouncing around, just going anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? It's not fair to the real kids that's coming out of high school and that's really looking to be somewhere for 4 years, because it could be their grandfather's alma mater, their father's alma mater, their mother's alma mater, their sister's alma mater. You don't know. We don't know what the situation is. That's what makes it so great about college sports. But this Dae'Quan Wright thing, I don't know why some of these ex-NFL players are acting like this is some big surprise. I just don't get it. I mean, what's the big surprise about the bag? If they're giving it to the players, right? They're giving it to the players. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of them getting the money up front right now because I'm seeing a lot of weird stuff going on. And like I said, they're young. And I don't think college football players should leave college sports and be broke because there's too much money being made out there. But I also don't think that they should be riding around regular college students in Bentleys. It's just weird. You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's supposed to be a college atmosphere. It's a tradition in college. I'm not saying that they should not stacking their money, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be able to take care of their families. But what I'm saying is, if you're riding around campus in a Bentley and a $100,000 chain around your neck, it's a little weird. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like you're not. Maybe you don't. Come on. You know how it is if the Wolves not eating. You cannot be running around here like that if the Wolves ain't eating. If you're not putting anything on the Wolves' plate, the Wolves come out. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Imagine you're walking around campus, you can't even buy a popsicle. And then here comes somebody riding down the street in a Bentley with a chain on, $100,000, and they just riding by you. And you're seeing this on a daily basis. You know what I mean? It's just loud. You understand what I'm saying? It's loud. You're screaming without saying anything. You're screaming, come get me. That's what's going on. That person's over there starving. Now, is it your money and you making money? Yes. But what I'm saying is you can't act like you don't understand or know the environment. So now, do I agree with this Dae'Quan Wright thing? Listen, I don't know why these ex-players are acting like this is something new about this bag. And why am I saying that? Because, look, why would the NFL or the college football, why would college football be giving out this NIL money, right? And not be trying to get their money back in return? Come on, it's all about the bag. I don't know why everybody was acting, like surprised about this and saying, no, they shouldn't be going back to this, that, and the third. Why would college football want some of their best products going to arena football? Why would college football want some of their best products going to Canada? If they can stop those things from happening and keeping those players within that paradigm, they would. Why? Why would they do that? Because college football pays a lot of money, and guess what? They make a lot of money. Come on, this is a no-brainer. College football rivals NFL in revenue. Come on. Why are we acting like we don't know what's going on? They pay out $116 million in bowl games. They pay out. If you can afford to pay out $116 million in bowl games, then how much money are you making? The coaches are making $10, $11 million, some of them, a year. So why would I want my product? Why would I want a product going to Canada when I need them to come back down here and make this program what it is? They've been doing this for a long time. This is why I was so surprised about hearing some platforms talk about this. Listen, you don't remember when they tried to change the rules in basketball? Basketball was one of the biggest offenders. Basketball was egregious when it came to somebody like Kobe Bryant wanting to go straight from high school to the NBA. They put all kinds of rules in there to detour a player from going straight to wherever he wanted to go without coming through them. Are you kidding me? You got the 32, the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, and the Final Four. Like, those games make a lot of money. Why would I want my talent going straight to the NBA or going overseas like the Balls did? You remember LeVar Ball took his kids overseas? I mean, just come on. What are we doing here? I mean, this is common sense. The NBA was egregious when it came to that, and they instituted this rule where you had to play 2 years of college basketball. I will never forget this because I'm about to tell you the exact player who was affected by this. That was one of my favorite players in NBA history. Right? When you when this player came out, he could have went straight to the NBA. He could have went straight to the NBA. He could have did just like Kobe did, or just like Darius Miles did. You remember Darius Miles? Come on, them boys they didn't go to college. They did not go to college. Look, come on. Can you imagine LeBron James? Come on, just think about it for a second. Imagine the type of talent that college basketball was missing out on with these boys going straight to the league. You know, it's crazy. And they damn sure put a halt to that, where they said a college player or a high school player has to play 2 years of college basketball before they can go to the NBA. Of course, if all your talent, we stopped watching college basketball for a little bit. You remember college, it became mundane. We stopped watching college basketball for a little bit because it was getting boring as hell because all the talent was going somewhere else. I mean, we were at a point at one time, I remember we used to send our college kids in the Olympics to play those other teams around the world. We can't do that anymore. We got to send our best now. Because, I mean, we just got away from that kind of stuff. But the money that's being made by college sports is astronomical. So why would I wouldn't want these players coming back and playing on my platform? Absolutely, I want them coming back and playing on my platform. They're making me money. I have TV deals here. I mean, if you're not clicking on the channel to watch these players, then I'm not making any money. I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is an absolute no-brainer. But to get back to the player that was affected by something like this was like everybody's talking now about how a player can come back. Well, it was a point in time where college basketball wasn't releasing players. And I'm talking about one Rasheed Wallace. North Carolina Tar Heels. She could have went straight to the NBA. But they put that rule in there where they said a college player got to go in there and play 2 years. And that's exactly what he did. He went there and busted them 2 years down, packed it up, and rolled. But, like I said, that thing, when those players are coming out and going straight to the NBA, they was like, whoa, wait a minute. We're missing out on some great talent here. We're missing out on some great talent. And if that talent's going straight to the NBA, then nobody's clicking on college basketball. And I know they felt that pinch. Are you kidding me? You running around here with going from 32 to 16 to 8 to 4 and nobody's really watching? Nah, they're not going to do that. So why would I expect college football not to want to bring somebody back like Dae'Quan Wright to LSU? Lane Kiffin is calling the Cleveland Browns about this kid. Why would I not expect that to happen? I mean, we can't act surprised. Is it unfair? Yeah. Yeah, it's very unfair to some players that's coming out, especially your new recruits. Is it good for college sports? Financially, yes. Financially, yes. Ethically, I'm not so sure. But I mean, you got college football. Does it rival NFL? Financially, yes. Physically, no. But like I said, the ones that are going to be affected by things like this are the kids coming out of high school. And before this thing gets out of hand, they need to have, they're just doing this thing. They're just running, just naked on this thing. They need to run some real tests and run this thing through some tests because, I mean, you can't have mugs running around here 30 years old that's still playing college ball. College ball is a prep for you to get to the next level. That's why you have other leagues out here. But I don't want the college football to start robbing XFL, arena football, Canada. I don't want them to start robbing them of those kind of platforms because, we all got to make our bones out here, and that's why they have those leagues. So you can go out here and people can see how bad you really want it. Not come back and play and get paid NIL money rating college football without having to go to Canada. While some kid, 18 years old, is, and his mom and his parents and everybody's all happy about him coming out of college. And then he gets there and there it is a man standing there with a full beard, damn near probably got kids and damn self, and he's still playing college football. Come on. We got to have a little integrity when it comes to this thing. I know you guys want to make some money, but look, we want to see those kids that's coming out and all that new fresh talent. If he already had his shot in college football, he should be going on to another league. He should want to be in another league to keep his skills sharp. You should want to be doing that, especially if you got aspirations of making it in the NFL. Why would you want to go down a level to play? You know what I mean? Don't make a lot of sense. But on the financial side for college football, why am I going to blame them? It's a financial thing for them. If you could pay out $116 million, what kind of money are you making? Well, I can give you an idea. The Big Ten makes $1.1 billion itself. The Big Ten we're talking about here. It makes, when the Big Ten comes around for college football and sports, they make $1.1 billion. I'm just talking about the Big Ten. I didn't mention the SEC. I didn't mention the Big 12. I didn't mention the ACC. I didn't mention the Pac. I said the Big Ten makes $1.1 billion. So that $160 million ain't drop in a bucket. Are you kidding me? And you wondering why they want somebody like Dae'Quan Wright to come back and play on that platform? It's a no-brainer. It's all about the product you putting on the field. And man, everybody want to see LSU get one. And the one thing about football is that only thing you see on the back of on their uniform is the name on the back of the jersey. So you really can't identify with a face because all you see is the helmet and the pads. You know that's him in there, but it ain't like basketball where you can literally see their face and it's more up close and personal. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not going to run around here and act all surprised like, hey, this wasn't, like this hasn't happened before in different sports, and I haven't seen the NCAA doing things to benefit them, whether it's football or basketball, because they have done it. And like I said, now that these kids have to go to college for 2 years and play before you can go become NBA eligible, you got to do some things. Not unless you pull a LeVar Ball. You got to go to college and play college basketball. They're going to get 2 years out of you. Because we want to see Rasheed Wallace. We want to see players like, imagine Kobe Bryant in college. You think that wasn't a discussion somewhere about missing out on a talent like that? You kidding me? You can't pass up that league. It's too much money there. It's too much money there. They're not going to allow you to do that. So why are y'all acting surprised? So do I think it's a good idea for Dae'Quan Wright personally to be going back down to college football to play? No. Do I think it's fair to the kids that's being recruited? No. But am I going to sit here and blame the NCAA for trying to put a product on the field that we pay a lot of money to see and we watch and we can't wait for it to come? We love the rivalry. Can I blame? No. But what I can say is that they need to start putting some rules on this thing to where it's a level playing field, to where it's fair for everybody else that's coming up. So, for example, if Dae'Quan Wright is going back down there and to play for LSU or whoever, and their recruit is there, he should have an extra year. He should have an extra year. He shouldn't have to go through his 4 and wait for Dae'Quan to get his year out, because basically and essentially you're taking a year from these kids that's coming in there right now. They automatically know that they're not coming in for a starting job if you get somebody back like him. Here he is coming from the NFL, and the kid's coming in there. He said, I want to start for LSU. And his parents are all around and you know, giving him all the support in the world. And then here comes an NFL player. Nah, he deserves to have that year back if he's going to be robbed for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my opinion. The ref, I'm giving it to you raw because, pause, but I'm giving it to you like, you know, straight. That this is not anything new. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money being flown around. And we ain't even talked about what they're making at the gates. So just imagine what the Big Ten makes. And imagine what these bowl games are paying, which is $160 million, which is that's nothing compared to what they make annually in the college football. And I'm talking about them different leagues. Just imagine if Big Ten's making $1.1 billion, what's the SEC making? It's a no-brainer. I need product on the field. I need talent on the field. But we're going to see how this works out because, like I said, all this stuff is funny now. You got the NIL in there, and of course, he can come back and get a check now. Why would he not want to revert back to college football where he can go to Louisiana, get paid, and don't have to go up there and play in the cold in Canada? It's a no-brainer. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already done so, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thumb up the video. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this whole entire NIL and what you think about Dae'Quan Wright going back down to college football and the whole spill. Get down there and let me know, all fans, because I can't wait to get in the comment section and to see what you guys feel. So until the next episode of the Scoreboard Keepers, I am your host, the Ref. God bless and score. Peace. Stop acting like this is something new. It's all about the Benjamins, man.